What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be taking a look at a sacrifice deck because I haven't really played one of those in a minute, but I didn't want to do the same old thing, so today we're going to be playing JUND Sacrifice, partly because of a really cool new creature in this little teething wormlet, because I think this card actually can fit here and do a lot of really good things, but let's just see if it really works out the way we want today. As always, if you would love to support the channel, I'd really appreciate it. You just got to hit that join button down below. And I want to say thanks to Paul Dodd, our newest member to the YouTube channel. Welcome to the Brood, friend. And if you want to protect all your stuff, y'all know the drill. Go check out ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn. They'll save you 5% at checkout, and they'll support me here on the channel. Okay, so let's hop right into this deck list. I think most of these cards are going to make a lot of sense, and we're only playing a couple of new things in here, so this should be pretty easy to build if you have an older version of it already. But we're going to start with 3 Experimental Synthesizer, and you're probably saying, why not a full set of 4? Because traditionally, these decks do play 4. The reality is, we're already going to be tight for space, and we have a bunch of other things we can do on turn 1 that are actually kind of useful, because you do get caught in situations with the synthesizer where you sometimes want to play it, sometimes you don't, because you're not going to have the mana to play the card that you're going to exile, and you'd rather just not waste stuff. So we're just going with 3 on this one. Then we have 4 Voldaren Epicure, 4 Voltage Surge as a way to just deal extra damage, get rid of some things. Of course, Teething Wormlet is what we're building the deck for, so we want to play 4 of these. The cool part about this card is that every time you have an artifact come into play, you will gain a life. You only get the +1 one time if it's the first time on your turn. So, you know, it's not infinite +1/+1s, but we should be able to get +1s pretty regularly. I will say this. It does say whenever artifact enters battlefield under your control, and then if it's the first time, this resolved this turn. So technically, if you could put one into play on your opponent's turn, you could also get a +1/+1. Right now, the only time I think I've seen that come up is if your opponent plays that new 2/4 thing that actually gives both people a Power Stone. That would work, but generally speaking, you're only going to be getting +1s on your turn. But the life gain is not inconsequential, so keep that in mind. We're going to play 2 Go for the Throat. Would go heavier on these, but we have some other removal we're playing already with like Voltage Surge, and we have another card as well. So we're not going to need to lean on this too much, but it is a good catch-all for those really big creatures. We're playing 1 Sekinzen Smelter. Maybe we should be playing an additional one, but I do like what this can bring to the table, especially as a late game card after a sweeper. If you just have some treasure or some blood tokens sitting around, you can go ahead and just start turning them into 3/1s. Gallagreators is going to contribute a lot to the Wormlet because it lets you get the treasure every turn, which we want the treasure anyway because we have other things to do with artifacts. So we like that. This gives us a supply of artifacts that we need. It can gain life. It can be a bigger attacker. Lots of cool things going on here. Tear Asunder just makes a lot of sense, especially with people playing the Phyrexian Portal or whatever. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things we get to kill with this, I'm sure. Then we have 4 Blood Tithe Harvester, another way just to kill things, a second thing that makes blood tokens. Nothing wrong with this at all. Of course, 4 Oni Cult Anvil. Now, this is the interesting thing, right? Because Anvil works with Gallagreators, because you get to put a token back into play every turn, which counts as a creature, so you get to trigger all those things. But it also works with the Wormlet, because you're putting an artifact into play for the turn. So then you get to gain life and pump the Wormlet, which means basically every time you use the Oni Cult Anvil, instead of just your opponent lose 1, you gain 1, you could be gaining 2, maybe gaining 3. If you want to gain the life off the Gallagreators, you can make a treasure. So this all kind of starts to become a little bit of a Rube Goldberg machine as things come together. We're playing 3 Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I know I should probably be playing 4 of them, but truthfully, I just ran out of room because we're trying to play other cool cards. So we're just going to see if this is a mistake or not. We are playing 2 Shieldred, and the reason Shieldred is here is because we can already nick our opponent little by little, right? We're hitting for 1s and 2s every turn. So like once you start adding in Shieldred, it just becomes really hard for your opponent to be able to stay alive once they get sub like 8 life. The other thing too is we do have a fair amount of blood tokens. That's another way for us to be able to gain life off of Shieldred. And I guess also technically Fable the Mirror Breaker draws as well. So this does a few different things for us in addition to giving us at least one other big body we can fight with. Then we have 1 Zeotor, the Incinerator. I was playing this mostly as a cleanup card. You know, games go long, gives you something you can attack with, or sacrifice something, deal some extra damage without having to attack, and make something susceptible to like a Wandering Emperor. But maybe it's just too much. We'll see. But I at least wanted to play 1 and give it a shot. Lands, we've got 1 Takenuma, a Mountain, Sekinzen, 3 Haunted Ridge, 4 Sulphur Springs, 2 Deathcap Glades, 4 Llanowar Waste, 2 Carplusion Forest, 3 Rockfall Vale, 2 Zeotaurus Proving Ground. Now, I will say, on the lands, this was a little bit of a tough situation to figure out because we have a bunch of things we want to play on 1 and 2, right? So we needed a fair amount of lands that come into play untapped. We also need multiple colors. So that led us to playing a lot of the Pain lands. However, even though we have Wormlet, even though we have Oni Cult Anvil, even though we have Galagreeters, you don't want to have infinite things that are dealing damage, right? So we had to figure out what's a good number of lands that might come into play tapped on turn 1 and 2, and are we okay with that? This is where I ended up settling on the build, and I think realistically, can't get away with more Zeotaurus Proving Ground, because we do need our lands to be untapped on, if we can, on 2, for sure on 3 onward. So, we can only play so many of these, but I do like the fact that they cycle. Otherwise, we just had to find a nice balance. I believe we're playing 10 tapped turn 1 or 2 lands, and then everything else comes into play untapped. So we'll see if that's too many, not enough, too difficult, whatever. One of those things we'll keep our eye on. But really what we want to see is, do our 1-ofs make any sense as far as the Zeotora and the Sekinzen? And we're also going to be looking at our mana to see if that works out for us. So we have a couple of underlying stories here for this video. But y'all know the drill. Strap yourselves in. These should be some good games if everything works out. And definitely catch up with me at the end of the video, because no doubt we're going to have something to say about these underlying stories we've got going on. Okay, we have to go first, but we can't really cast these. I'm going to keep anyway, though. If we have to crack a blood token, so be it. Take a point. And then let's see what we can do from here. Okay, I think we're just going to go with this first. Was not another land on top. Okay, well, so be it. So now we're going to be in Galagreeter's situation. We could Galagreeters and Voltage Surge something. Let's see what they play here, though. Automaton. Well, we could literally just Voltage Surge something. Well, I guess knowing what we know, here's what we're going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and make this. I'm going to get a treasure. Just to open up options next turn. Depending on what we draw, and we'll attack with this. Because, of course, we would gladly trade that for an automaton. Like, there was no way they were going to block there. But next turn does open up quite a few options. Ooh. No artifacts to play there, huh? Okay, there you go. I was going to say, that was about to be a little weird. I mean, if they attack, I probably still wouldn't take it. But they don't know that. So I could see them being a little hesitant. Or why they would be. Okay, what do we do here? We can still do this for 3, kill that. Alright, let's start here. Give this a +1. And then I think we would just go ahead and kill this. Get to attack. I don't know if that's the right call, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then we're just going to get in there. I mean, they don't block, they block. Like, we're fine either way. We're probably just going to crack the artifact next turn, make a samurai, and then just see what happens from there. We'll get 2 triggers on Galagreeters. Maybe we draw something useful. We'll see. The good news is, because of the way it works, we'll at least get to see what the exiled card is first. But not that it matters. If it doesn't cost 1, we're not going to be able to cast it anyway, because we blew up our treasure. Alright, you have some things. Alright, cool. They're just coming with it. This does change things, though. Let's cast this. We're going to go +1 and +1. And we're just going to attack with this. No point putting the other Gallagher at risk to not really gain much. Okay. Really, it's a good thing we were able to kill off that automaton, or this would have started looking bad. That thing would have already been, what, a 5/5? Well, a 4/4 plus the ability with either the battery or the apprentice. So we would not have had quality attacks. We can also cycle away cards because we have 3 blood tokens. So lots of stuff going on here. Another Commando faces Kakazan. All right, we're at 13. Go to 12. Another apprentice. Oni Cult Anvil. That is a pretty damn good card. We won't be cycling that away. We'll crack one of them. We will get a counter. We'll get a counter. And kill a 2/2 and attack with everything. Because it doesn't matter which 2/2 we kill. I'm just thinking, we're 13. If we attack them, they have to block or die, right? Okay. I mean, if they double, triple block, whatever, it's fine. Like, at some point, we just got to try to end it. Don't give them a chance to get caught back up. So they're going to chump block. All right. Get to put the counter somewhere. I mean, they could have a hasty thing and get some damage in here. So it's not like this is nothing. There's also an interesting thing here, too, because this activates when or triggers whenever it's sacrificed. So we could... There's a few things we could do, actually. Yeah, we'll just chump here. Seems fine. Wormlet. You are neat. I was just thinking, like, we could crack this at instant speed. Oh, it has to be a sorcery. Never mind. The obvious. We'll get a +1 and another +1. And then we'll probably just attack again with everything. Though, might as well make another 1/1 here. Before these die, potentially. Actually, you know what? Let's do it with this. No. I was just debating what card we could even probably find here that's going to matter. Let's get life from one. Let's get treasure from the other. It didn't really matter. I guess I should have done that with those. But all right. Here we go. We've got 2 blockers behind. We're at 13. I'm willing to gamble. Could have kept the land to cycle here as well, effectively. Yep. Alright, opponent's at 2. How much damage are we taking? Nope, opponent just says GG. Alright. I mean, we just block the biggest thing and take 7. Yep. Alright. And then we attack. So many things happening. Her life total just went the whole different opposite direction there for the opponent. Okay, we have the right mana, so we're gonna hope this works out. Don't have anything making artifacts immediately unless we top deck something. Would be nice. Be able to turn this into a 2/2 and get an attack in. But actually, even playing... Oh, that's neat. I was going to say, even playing Gala Greeters, though, here is still mostly fine. Because then, if these don't die, the next turn we play this, make a treasure, the treasure triggers that. So then we're kind of set up pretty well. With another Wormlet, which is kind of cool. Alright, so opponent has a colorless land and a white land. Interesting. Not sure what that means. Let's get the treasure. Get our attacks in there. The next turn we have Wormlet plus treasure plus 2 removal cards. Like, that seems pretty strong. I don't even, like, really, unless we just draw maybe another land. Oh, well, we get to destroy that, so that's good news. I was about to say, if we drew another land, might be the only thing I would want to potentially discard here and draw. So, yep. And it's a Gala Greeters. Unfortunately, I would have to crack that treasure to do it. We actually have to do this turn, so that's a little unfortunate. So let's go ahead and do that. Get the treasure. Treasure triggers the 2 Wormlets. Actually, wait. We could attack. Oh, we actually could have done this. Oh, I missed an opportunity. I guess I could do it now. Then we attack, get the treasure, and then... Okay, sure. Did miss at least one trigger, though. Alright. And we'll go ahead and destroy this. Opponent's at 9. Seems pretty good. It's not a bad turn 4. Oh, they had to depopulate. They got us. That's why I got greedy on that last card. I should have waited. Well, we know it's there now. I mean, it's not like it's a secret. It's going to be a Wandering Emperor, of course. Alright. Let's do this. We'll turn this treasure into a 3/1. And then... Alright, let's tap this for colorless. And I think just attack for 3. Even though the idea of attacking for 6 is nice, we don't get to kill the opponent. If they Wandering Emperor, they get to kill our dude. You know, all that, so. Yep. Kinda assumed.
Now you've done it. Hat's coming off.
Do we want that? Yeah, alright. 'Tis fine. Ooh, actually, we could sacrifice this and they don't even gain life. That's actually really good. Let's do that. So they just stay at 9. I mean, we're probably in bad shape and about to die from here. Opponent has 5 cards and we have none. And we're just playing off the top. Alright, Fading Hope. That's actually not the worst thing for us, to be honest. Like, as much as I like copying things, this might be better served here. Oh. Unless that's a... Yep. Oh, negate. I thought it might be a make disappear. Alright, well, gotta try. Another Wandering Emperor takes care of this, and that probably brings this to a close. Unless their hand happens to be a lot of, like, counter spells or something. Alright, let's see what they do here. Because if they do play Wandering Emperor, then we get to sneak down a Shieldred, and that doesn't suck. Dang it. That is not what we wanted them to draw here. Tap some more mana, please. Oh, they're just going to Impulse. So we get the damage and we get the Shieldred. Ooh. Ooh, did not expect that. Did they pick up Depopulate? Let's see. I mean, if they got it, they got it. But, like, okay, they did. This is cute. It is a land. Do we go ahead and make the 2/2? I guess we make the 2/2 now, so we're able to attack with it next turn. Oh, and we do get... Oh, this is excellent. Just bonus. That was so good. All right, opponent goes to 1. Now if we find a land, we could play the Zeatora, fling something. Oh, still got there. Okay. We get to go Synthesizer, Anvil. Okay, sure. I mean, obviously, turn 1 Synthesizer kind of just throws stuff away, effectively. So, could be questionable. Probably worth waiting, but, you know, I'm going to do it anyway. It was a land, so we may be upset about that later, but I'm not totally sure we will be. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get this down now. In the turn, and then next turn we have the ability to... Oh, okay. Automaton, sure. I'm probably going to want to kill that. Ooh, Wormlets. You're nice. Well, I was going to try to kill an Automaton. Now what do we want to do? Alright, I'm going to do this. Do this. Generates a body. We get bigger. We get... Okay, yeah. That works. We'll take that. And we gain another life. Sounds good. That is a good turn. Now the opponent's kind of put in a situation on what to deal with. Steel Seraph. Alright, well, we have multiple things we're going to need to kill next turn. And we actually can kill both of those. So that's good news. And we found another land, which is great, so we don't need to waste that. If we're willing to take a point here, which is worth it. So we do have to use this. Let's target this. And we'll pay. And then we'll sacrifice probably the creature here. Because this is just whenever one of our extras leaves the battlefield. Yep, alright. Just wanted to make sure. Alright, and we still get to attack with the 3/3. So, solid start so far. And the opponents played on curve and played good cards, so this is not bad. Hotshot Mechanic, great. We can attack into that without too much fear. Is there something else, though? Bankbuster. Okay. That's actually legit, because they can tap both their creatures. Actually, the Mechanic can crew it by itself. Because it happens to be a pilot. You don't want to crew it now, though. Opponent, it has Summoning Sickness. Yeah, I think that's pilot error. Ba-dum-bumch. Unless they have a reason they want it to be a creature. I don't know what that reason would be. Yeah, that whole sequence was bad. This, however, is grandiose. We are going to make this bigger first. Getting rid of this. Yep, that'll do it. We are keeping this. I don't know why I said it like that, but all right, that's probably solid. Shame though, because we really would like a green land off the top. Okay, followed by. Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. Ooh, damage. Okay. Let's go here. We're gonna go here because I mean we get a point back, so I mean it's something, I guess. No attacks. The assumption here though is this is just gonna die a horrible death because they don't want us to keep gaining life, obviously. Yep. Sure. Shoot another thing. Well, that counts. More land. Okay. Go to 10. I don't know. I was going to say, outside of getting a Shieldred, maybe. I don't know how we were really going to come out ahead here. We can chump block and we can kill a thing. That might be our only real play here. Well, I guess we got to do that now. Okay, no attacks. Let's see how many spells there are. Assuming there's at least one here. Yeah. What are the chances we could find... Not that. Not bad, though. I mean, if there's a thing to find, I will take it. Because this can still block a Swift Spear, maybe, assuming that's not some removal card in hand, which it probably is. And we can still shoot something. So, I mean, we're kind of alive. I mean, I was going to say it's a creature or a removal spell, one or the other, right? Okay. Ooh, adversary. Tough. Tough. Okay. Guess we got to kill the most damage. But going to 2 puts us pretty much on death's doorstep here. We didn't really get out the gates at all. We have to crack this and hope to find a removal card, I think. And we still even have to go to 1 to do that, so... Yeah. Ah, Galley Greeters was too late. Alright, GG's. Okay, this is keepable. I mean, we have Epicure that makes a artifact, and then we can sack an artifact, and we have another Epicure, so that's actually okay. Though we'd like to draw land with one of those being black for a Shieldred somewhere along the way. That'd be special. Intriguing. We'll see if you have a counter for the first one. They do not. Alright, we would like to attack. We would like to crack this to make a deuter. Alright. Not bad here. We have a removal card and... Well, we only have 1 red mana, though. That is something to note. As much as I would like to try to get the other anvil down, I don't think that's what we're going to do here. It's not the game we're playing at the moment. Now, they might do something like try to bounce our token, but then we just respond and kill it. So bouncing either of these is not great. Get the Wormlet down. I don't know what they have here. I mean, I feel like it could be so many things. All right, let's try this. Okay. Maybe I'm playing too conservative. I just have no idea what the opponent's doing here. I mean, this isn't even a bad setup, though, because if they do, say, draw a white land and depopulate, well, we just play the other anvil, crack the blood token, and then now we have two dudes. Even if we don't get the land for the Shieldred, that's actually fine. And we still have a Voltage Surge for later. All right, end the turn. Interesting that they didn't play anything, so I'm assuming they have some type of counters? Okay, there's a Root Coil Creeper. Alright, let's... Oh, if we do that, we can't play this. That's a problem. Opponent's at 13, though. We get to attack for 3, 4, 5, 6. Drain them for 1 at 7, and they're at 6. I think I'm still about it. That seems fine. Submit 0. We will... I guess it's just a trade-off. I'm going to make the same thing there, because I'd have to sacrifice this and it couldn't attack. It puts a counter. So I guess we'll just do that first. Because I don't want to get rid of this blood token, because it's kind of our insurance post-sweeper here. If there is one. I mean, there may well not be one here. This is just one of those cases where we just got to play careful because we don't know at all what's going on. Though the opponent did play a Root Coil Creeper, which says they're probably not playing a lot of sweepers, but who the heck knows? Want to get rid of our Wormlet?
You're just underwhelmed.
Sure.
My judgment is final.
Yep. Now, we do have to be careful that they could have a farewell, which is a little bit of a concern. Not sure how hard we can play around it, but we may just have to accept that that's one of those things. Alright, so let's attack. Send those into the opponent.
I'm never done for good.
Sack one of them. And end the turn. We still have the ability, if we absolutely have to. Let's say they do get a land in farewell here. We'll just discard the Harvester and try to land the Shieldred. But now, even if there is another Wandering Emperor, we almost can end the opponent. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can't quite do it. We can do 5 right now. Actually, I guess now we can do 6. But if they play something and then we get to attack and play Shieldred, that's 8. We're looking at add a line. Okay, sure. Well, we won't be playing Shieldred. Okay, let me look at this. We put the opponent to 1. I mean to 6 by dealing 1 here. We get to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not it. That's not bad. All right, opponent blocks 1. Takes 1, 2, 3. Goes to 4. We drain them to 3. We drain them to 2, and then hope Shieldred gets there. That feels a little dicey. I don't want to do that. We'll just do this. Don't have to commit anything else to the board, really. And then we can just have the opponent dead a few different ways. In the turn, we can just wait to crack the other one. Or sack the other one, because they're going to go to 5 here. But we still put them in a position that they have to figure something out, and they didn't. Ooh, we get to go first, but this is not great. Alright, we're going to keep it, though. We can't toss this back. Too many opportunities with all this here. Oh, that's not bad, actually. Whoa! Look at what Arena was about to do to us. Look. Look at this. Like, no, we want to take a point of damage, Arena. We got things we want to do. All these red cards in hand, and it's like, you probably don't need this red mana, right? Alright. Ooh, and the opponent didn't have anything there. Well, that's nice. Yeah. Let's do it. Attack. As much as I would like to have this treasure, I mean this blood token, I think I'm just going to drain and make a 1/1 here. Mostly because we can attack, then we can make another +1/+1. We can still shoot something. We can play this as a blocker. We could just play Smelter and turn that into a 3/1 if we want to. Assuming we find mana, obviously. Sort of feel like this Wormlet might need to get over 5 toughness at some point. I don't know if that's going to happen. And even with the Pain Land in play, we are at 22 life, so that's not bad. Okay, so this is one of those Reanimator whatever decks. Fair enough. Alright, so they're just going to try to put that into play next turn, which means we want to have an extra body so we have something to sacrifice. This will help facilitate that. Thank you, deck. Much appreciated. We are going to attack. Oh, you can try to do something to my anvil. Okay, well, I guess we will sacrifice one of these things, but the opponent at 7. Doing all this on 2 mana, by the way. Which feels crazy. Alright, in the turn, we don't want to sacrifice another thing here, because if they do get the portal out, we do have to sacrifice 3 creatures, so we're going to get rid of the 2 artifact creatures, and the Epicure, still be able to attack for 5, for 6. Actually, yeah, if they do that, that's just game. Because we get to play the Harvester, creates a artifact, puts a counter on the Wormlet, so that's 5. Then we get to drain. Oh, no, it's actually not. We'd be short 1. Oh, no, that's not true, because then we just tap the other anvil and sack the 1/1 that we make. Yeah, lots of options here. And we never got to a 3rd land, mind you. But even then, I guess if we do find a 3rd one that's untapped, we could play the Smelter. Smelter could activate a thing. Oh, that's cute. Alright, then I guess we'll go ahead and drain you to 6. Effectively the same thing happens here. It's just a different way to get to 6. Yeah. Then we just play this. This goes to 5, and then we drain the opponent. And that's going to do it. Wow, we did a lot with nothing that game. Little Wormlet looked stellar, didn't he? Alright. We go first. Alright, yeah, that's... Ooh, wait, I said that. Oh yeah, those are... Okay, yeah, we're good. Had to double check myself there for a second. Lead with this. We are going to take some damage over the first couple of turns, but totally worth it. Shag says hello. Well, how you doing, Shag? Phoenix Chick. This is not what we want to be taking damage against. This is not good. But may not be bad, though. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. We do at least get to make some chump blockers, and, you know. So we'll see. They don't tend to have a lot of things that trample, so maybe we could buy ourselves enough time. But it is going to hurt here in the early goings. I'm going to go ahead and do this now. We get a point back, so that's good. No attacks. You know, even... I was about to say, it might be worth it for us to double block here, but they're not going to give us the opportunity. Yeah. Alright, makes sense. We'll take 3. Oh, why did I not play Rockfall Veil there? That was stupid. No attacks. It's just how many removal cards do they have, I guess. We're going to find out. Okay, Warfare. That's tough. Alright, we're going to take 2. We almost need to find another Anvil or maybe Shieldred here. Oh, boy. What do we want to get rid of? Have to keep at least 1 land, so that's a given. I think we just get rid of this. Yeah, that's probably all we can really do. Ooh. Okay. All right. That's a thing that happened. Okay. Oh, that's not bad either. Dang. The things that we have happen here. Okay. Wow. I was going to use Terra Sunder here, but we also don't want to give this up because this is just too good. Oh. Man, okay, we attack. We make the treasure. We sack the treasure. Then what does next turn look like? We get a 2/2. We get to make another one of these. We could still attack and... Alright, maybe. Feels rough, but probably still correct. I think I'm going to do this now, actually. Because we get the 1/1 regardless. So... this at least gives us a decent setup to try to build back a little bit. Okay, adversary that they can't pump, so that's acceptable. Impulse is going to give them some plays next turn, though one's a land and one's a lightning strike. All right, so we have to keep that in mind, now that we know that exists. Oh, should have drained them for 1. That was a bad mistake. That's probably going to cost us, actually. All right. We will go ahead and take some damage. We're going to play this. We'll go ahead and... oh, hold on. Yeah, not having that 1 point's going to actually come back to get us. The good news is, though, we do have a variety of things they have to deal with here. It's Prowess 1/3. If I want to kill it, I have to pay 2 life. Well, that's not going to happen. We'll just be blocking that thing. Lightning strike us? Yep. That's real. Go to 5. Go to 4. But I'm actually going to drain here. Oh, that's a good hit. Decline. Alrighty, now we have options. We can kill things. We can... oh, okay. Things to do. We can kill the Phoenix chick. But I don't have... I have to attack to get that option. So let's do that. Also take some pressure off taking damage there as well. Alright, opponent goes to 9. We play Shieldred. We copy Harvester. Kill. Well, let's kill off the Phoenix chick, no matter what. And then we'll crack treasure. Actually, I want to crack both the treasure here. Because staying at 5 seems pretty good. And then if we want, we can sack a 1/1 to make sure we stay healthy, but we'll just end the turn here. Opponent goes to 7, and now we're looking at threatening lethal. Opponent says GG. All right. Whew, nice. This makes me a little sad. Oh, what can we do with this? I feel like... Man, I'm going to mulligan. All right, I don't totally regret that. Let's get rid of... I have Haunted Ridge. These are all still coming to play tap, though. Boy, I guess it's got to be this. All right, well, this could be the beginning of the end. Let's see. I played that first in case we were to find like a Voltage Surge or something. We could still shoot a Swift Spear next turn and get some value out of it. We failed to find even that, so that doesn't help us at all. So now we're really behind, and now I think this is where the trouble starts. Unless maybe they kept just a 1-land hand and they're short on stuff, which looks like that might actually be the case. Huh. Interesting. So if you have a 1-land hand, why did you keep it? That's the next question. My guess is there's play with fires and such there, else you don't keep that hand, right? So, Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. We'll make a treasure. As much as I want to have the life. Well, this at least gives us an opportunity to play like Harvester plus Go for the Throat, or we could just play a big Shieldred. Like, I don't expect either of these creatures to make it through the turn, but, you know, things are what they are. I'm going to take 8. Save this to try to block something next turn. Do this. Use a treasure to shoot something. I don't know if we can make Shieldred survive. I think that's the thing. But I don't think we have a choice. I think we got to go for it. We're at 8. I mean, punish the opponent for keeping a 1-land hand. Oh, never mind. That sucks. Whatever we block is going to die to a lightning strike. Yeah, this is going to get killed. Though the fact they didn't just straight up attack with everything makes me wonder. Maybe that's not the case. They're calculating us drawing? Oh! They don't have it. They kept the all, like, 1 creature draw. That's why they kept one land. Oh, that's so good. Wow. I did not think this was going to go like this. Okay. If we save a lightning strike, or we save a Go for the Throat, it's going to be hard for us to lose, right? And we could always crack these to gain 4 in a pinch. So, let's stick with this for the time being. Though they're going to go digging. Looks like they're thinking about cracking some blood tokens here. Man, if we pull this off, this is going to be phenomenal. Like, I for real did not think this was going to go down like this. Alright. So, opponent wants to go like that. Okay, we'll block this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess they're hoping on us blocking incorrectly. And then we'll block here. So currently 3 is coming through, and we have the ability to crack the blood tokens. We also can respond by shooting something with Go for the Throat. which is what I was hoping they would do. All right. Yep. Got there. I'm not gonna lie, this deck got me actually pretty excited. This was one of those ones that like everything just worked the way we wanted to. We had several really close comeback games. That was really awesome, especially against the red decks. We had the control decks that we actually played around cards very well and actually were able to steal a win. So yeah, this actually checks a lot of boxes. This is pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. But really, the Wormlets and the Galagreators, and honestly, even the Terra Sunder, all really came into play at different points and did their job. So, no complaints about this. I will say the mana at times felt a little tight, but wasn't terrible. I was actually okay with it. I would say if you don't have all the rare lands, go ahead and kind of try to play an even, diverse mix of just basics to fill in, probably leaning more toward mountains than the other two. But that's probably the only real adjustment I would make there. As for the actual spells, the one thing I would consider is maybe just cutting Zeotora. We never really had a point where we wanted to cast it. There was maybe one time late in one of the games that if we would have got the 6th land, I would have considered casting it. But honestly, if it's a smelter, I think it's just better. Because if you think about the fact that if we have a smelter, the smelter could get rid of a treasure or a blood token. If you have a Galagreators out, you actually just get to make another treasure, and then that just keeps fueling the Sakinzan Smelter anyway, so I think that's going to be the better choice. And honestly, it makes for better top decks and stuff post sweeper. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with. Let's swap that, and that's probably what you'll see in the final version. Otherwise, I'm going to call this one good. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Bantu the Glorified. Mostly because it's exactly the type of card this deck would like to have. A 3-mana 4/6 that it can't attack or block, but if you sacrifice something or had something die during that turn. However, it can just pay and sacrifice something, which also drains your opponent, which is nice. And it also happens to have Indestructible and Menace. It's a lot of stuff for 3 mana. It's a very cool card. Even if you have a deck where you don't actually really want to attack with it, it's not bad just to have if you want a sack outlet to keep getting stuff into the graveyard, reusing it, or whatever. So it's a type of card that's worth thinking about, and a lot of people may not have seen this thing from Amonkhet. The other cool part is if you want one, you can usually find them for under $2. Now, if you enjoyed today's deck and you were having fun with those artifact interactions, check out this Azorius Artifacts deck. It's crazy fast and really cool and uses some cards you're not really seeing in a whole lot of decks, especially that Urza. So that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.